If you're thinking of money, just think First. That's First Financial Services, serving Washington, St. Tammany, and Tangipahoa parishes. Throughout the holiday season, let First Financial Services handle your money needs. A free turkey or ham with all loans now through Christmas. Let First Financial put that cash in your pocket today. It's easy. Just think First. First Financial Services for all your holiday money needs.
Bennett's Towing and Recovery, your complete towing company. We can tow your car, motorhome, or even your school bus. Call Bennett's at 386-3242 for any job, no matter how small or large. We're equipped to either carry or tow your vehicle. We also provide a car unlocking service, quick and convenient. Remember, we don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes.
From Mazda, Nissan, and Lincoln Mercury to Dodge, Ford, Toyota, and more. Lots of names to think about when buying a used car. But the most important name on any vehicle is Dixie. When your car has a Dixie sticker, you're assured of a quality vehicle, a great deal, and no rigmarole.
People's Bank of Louisiana, with 5 offices for full-service banking. Amite, Greensburg, Kentwood, Franklinton, and opening soon in Hammond. It's People's Bank of Louisiana, member FDIC.
Mike's Glass and Radiator in Independence, where you'll find Mike Muscarella and his crew hard at work on a full range of services. Whether you need a radiator repaired or conditioned, or just your annual inspection sticker, you'll find Mike Muscarella easy to work with. Mike has all styles of glass, custom cut to fit. Need a windshield? Mike Muscarella will have you back on the road in no time. Mike is easy to find, just off Highway 51 in Independence. Mike's Glass and Radiator.
Live from Tiger Stadium on the campus of Independence High School, you're watching Florida Parishes Television, high school football on Channel 17. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Willoughby, and I'll be going solo tonight as my normal partner, Marty Morgan, is covering Amite and Bossier tonight up the road in Amite. Tonight, the Independence Tigers coming in with a 9-2 overall record, having defeated Lawless last week by a score of 36-14. Abbeville, a wild card out of District 5, comes in 8-3, having defeated St. Louis by a score of 13-12. This time, we're going to take a 1-minute break, come back with the opening kickoff. You're watching high school football on Florida Parishes Channel 17. Mark Willoughby back with you at Independence Tiger Stadium. The captains are at midfield, and it is a nippy evening. Wind is gusting out of the northeast tonight at about 15 to 20 miles an hour, so it's very windy, very cold, and we're high atop the press box, so if sound a little bit frigid, that's what's going on. Captains on the field for the Independence Tigers, Kenny Lands, Brett Anzalone, and Sean Tanner. And captains for Abbeville will be number 26, that's Matt Platan. And looks like Abbeville has won the toss, and they're going to kick the football. Tigers will receive. So Abbeville has deferred. As we said, Tigers come into tonight's game with a record of 9-2. Last week defeated Lawless. Antron Sieber, of course, went down early in that ball game with an ankle injury. He is okay this week. His ankle is heavily taped, and he's running around pretty well. He should be healthy for tonight's ball game. And other than that, Independent should be relatively injury-free coming in to this contest. This time, we're going to take another break and come back with the opening kickoff. Again, you're watching high school football on FPTV. Back at Independence Tiger Stadium, where the Abbeville Wildcats will be set to kick off to the Independence Tigers. And let's talk about the visiting Wildcats. Again, coming in 8-3, defeated St. Louis by a score of 13-12 last week in an outstanding football game. Abbeville is a wing T team. They like to run a lot of double wing and 2 tight ends, and they're led by big number 33, Quinn Nolan, who missed a good portion of the latter part of the regular season with an injury, but he's back and healthy and should be in form tonight. Defensively, they like to run a 50 look, led by number 32, Quinn Nolan. He is one heck of a defensive player for the Abbeville Wildcats. The Tiger fans are getting fired up here tonight, and we are about set for football. Robert Jefferson will be kicking off for the Wildcats. Deep to receive for the Tigers, Otto Bonds. And he'll field it at the 13-yard line. Has some running room, breaks a tackle, and up to the 32-yard line, where he's brought down on the play by Andrew Hebert. Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at the 32. Abbeville, a very stingy defensive unit, only surrendering more than a couple of touchdowns once this year. That was to Notre Dame in a 21-12 loss, but most impressively was a 12-0 shutout win over Breaux Bridge, in which they held all-star running back Dominic Davis to less than 50 yards. So they are a very good defensive unit, no question about it. Tigers come out in the I formation. Sieber under center. Calls for the football. He'll play action on 1st down. Has a man open. That's number 37 for the Tigers, the big tight end. And that's Ryan LeBlanc. He was open quickly, but Sieber led him a little too far. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Tigers feel like they can throw the ball on the Wildcats based on the film study this week. 2nd down and 10. Tigers led by Antron Sieber, who threw for over 900 yards and ran for over 700. Also Brandon Dawson, who rushed for over 1,300 yards on the season. Here's Charles Tofield on the toss. Has some running room, and he'll have about 3 or 4 yards and a fumble on the play, and Abbeville has recovered. So Tofield gives up the football, and just like that, Abbeville is in business at the 35. And Tofield very speedy, but that is a problem he has hanging onto the football, and we see it bite him right there. So the Tigers will have to bow the necks defensively here. As we said, Abbeville, a wing T football team led by Quinn Nolan and number 45, Trevin Moore. Quarterback for the Wildcats, number 11, Ryan Duhon. This will be Nolan, the fullback, right up the middle, and he'll have a good 5 yards, almost 6 on the carry. And that is the one player that the Tigers were concerned about, is Nolan on the trap inside. Abbeville, a big football team up front. Of course, the Tigers, not a big defensive line, but they're very fast and very quick. They rely more on speed to make plays. 2nd down, call it 5. This is Moore in motion. He has some running room and a 1st down inside the 24. So Abbeville comes out on the first 2 plays and drive it for a 1st down inside the 24-yard line to the 23. And early on, the Tigers are a little bit shaken here to start the ball game. 10:57 and counting here in the first quarter. Good crowd on hand tonight. Folks from Abbeville still filing into the ballpark. Here's Duhan, hands it off to Nolan, and he is stopped after a gain of about 3 or 4 yards right up the middle. Looks like on the tackle for Independence was Gerald Franklin and others, and it'll bring up a second down and a long 5, maybe 6 yards after the 4-yard run by Quinn Nolan.
Ball to the 19-yard line.
Abbeville driving early. There's Duhan on the give. Nolan again, and this time he'll be stacked up, maybe a gain of 2 or 3 on the play. And that will bring up a third down and short, maybe about 2 or 3 yards. Let's see how they untangle a spot here. Abbeville built around the run, no doubt about it, but they can throw the football when they have to. Duhan has racked up a few yards the last few weeks. So third down, call it 3. Here's Nolan. He'll waggle left, fires the pass, and it's incomplete. Broken up on the play by Devarius Best. And they were trying to hit the big tight end, Brandon Johnson, number 2, across the middle, but Best hit him from behind and breaks it up. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 3, and look for Abbeville to go for it here. Their kicking game is a little bit suspect, and they'll go for it here, especially with the wind. So 4th down and 3, Tigers looking to stiffen. This is an inside handoff, and he will be short as Moore is stopped. It looks like he'll be about a half a yard short of the first down. It looks like the Tigers have held on downs, but they will bring it out for the measurement. I do believe they will call for the chains, and sometimes if you have a crooked line, it may turn out to be a first down, but it looked like he came up a little bit short. The Tigers should have the football, and they do. So Abbeville gets the fumble at the Tiger 35, picks up a first down, but the Tigers stiffen from there, and Indy will have the football. And the wind is very brisk here tonight. As we said, blowing very hard out of the northeast, and it's a nippy wind. So the passing games will be affected most definitely in this ball game. Again, Tigers in the I formation. Here's Sieber on the give. This is Brandon Dawson, and he'll have about 1 or 2 yards on the zone play over the right side. And couldn't quite see who made the tackle. Abbeville's uniform's very tough to read. They are white jerseys and red numerals, and they're tough to pick up. So we'll do the best we can as we go along tonight. Elsewhere around the parish, Amite hosting Bossier. Ponchatoula hosting Neville High School out of Monroe. Hammond on the road at Broadmoor. Kentwood on the road at Boothville Venice. Also Laranger at West St. John. Here's Sieber. 3-step drop. Looking. Fires it incomplete. Looking for Matt Jones, and it's broken up over there, I believe, by number 1, it looks like, and that's Byron Dozier. So Sieber's pass incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 7. Tigers a little slow getting untracked offensively here tonight. Of course, Sieber still suffering from a gimpy ankle. And Sieber calls for it, bootleg on the play, and the receiver didn't run a route, and Sieber's in trouble, and he's sacked. And Lionel Joseph, I believe, ran the wrong play. That was supposed to be a bootleg to Lionel Joseph, I think, and he blocked instead of running a route. And as a result, Sieber was hung out to dry, and the Tigers will have to punt it away. Of course, I'm not sure if that was the case or not, but nonetheless, there was a mix-up, and so far, the Tigers are very sluggish to start the ball game. So it'll bring up 4th down, and the Tigers are going to have to punt it away. And they better be careful not to get a delay of game here. Snap and the kick. It's a low line drive that'll bounce at the 40 and take a good Tiger roll out to the 47. So all things considered, worked out pretty well. About a 40-yard punt for the Tigers. But Abbeville coming out and looking very strong defensively here in the early going as we have 7:36 to play in the first quarter. First and 10, Abbeville, ball at the 47-yard line. Man in motion is Moore. Here's Duhan. Goes the wrong way, and he's hit in the backfield. It's like his fullback ran the wrong way on him. He looked for the dive to Nolan, but Nolan ran right. Duhan went left, and there was a little miscommunication, and that was Joseph and Kenny Lands on the tackle for Independence. Loss of 2. It'll bring up second down and 12. And so far, this is about what was expected, a defensive battle between two pretty good defensive football teams. Second down and 12, Wildcats. Duhan on a 3-step drop, fires wide open down the, and he drops the football. And Independence had an alignment problem, and I'm not sure if that was a hideout play or not by Abbeville, but nonetheless, Independence had nobody covering the wideout on the left sideline, and he was wide open on the left side, and he just got little butterflies and dropped the football. Tigers get a big break. We go third down and 12 after the incompletion. Here's Duhan on the draw give and a fumble. Tigers have pounced on it, and they have the football, it looks like, at the 48-yard line. Let's see how they unscramble this pile. An Abbeville player jumped on the bottom, but Independence has it. And that's Big Sean Tanner who falls on it at midfield around the 48-yard line. So both teams have turned the ball over here in the early going. First and 10, Tigers, ball at the 48. Tigers come out with a twins look to the left, Joseph and David Giacone. And this will be the zone to Dawson, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped for a big loss of about 4 yards. So Abbeville, who is very good against the run, showing that here early on, and Dawson, who's also a little gimpy coming into the ball game, is stacked up for a loss of about 4 yards. So Independence not having a lot of success here offensively against a very, very stingy Abbeville defense. Receiver back to pass, fires it, and has Joseph wide open, and he has alligator arms and can't make the catch. Joseph is wide open, but again, it's very windy tonight, and it's a little tough to throw the football accurately. And Tigers should have some open receivers tonight based on what Abbeville will give them defensively, but you've got to be able to put it right there. So it'll bring up third down and long for the Tigers. Sieber on the waggle, looking on the comeback, has Joseph open, is complete, but not nearly enough for the first down, and the Tigers get about 8 out of it, maybe 9, and they'll have to punt it away. So Abbeville stiffens once again defensively. Tigers will punt it, and this is going to be one of those nights, my friends. Whoever makes the least mistakes will win the football game. Sieber will kick it away, back deep for Abbeville. Looks like number 7, I believe. That's Josh Boudreau. Here's Sieber's kick. It's a high end-over-end kick that Boudreau has a fair catch at his 9-yard line. So Abbeville will have it first and 10 right there And we're going to take a timeout. You're watching high school football on Florida Parish's Television, Channel 17. First and 10, Abbeville, ball at their 9-yard line after a receiver punt. And this will be Moore carries. He stopped for about a gain of 1. Looked like that was Bill Tadora on the tackle along with others. The ball apparently came loose, but looked like Abbeville back on top of it. So a gain of about 1. And it'll bring up second down and 9, ball at the 10. No score, glad you're with us on FPTV Channel 17. Mark Willoughby going solo tonight. Here's Nolan carries, big hole right up the middle, and he'll be up close to a first down. Ball comes loose, but they'll whistle him down. Up close to a first down. Looks like he may be about a half a yard short. We'll have to see where they spot the football. But again, that's the play the Tigers are concerned about, that fullback trap to Nolan. And he's a tough runner who is tough to bring down. Of course, he was injured for several weeks and is just now getting back healthy, but he can hurt you inside, no question about it. So it'll be third down and 1 here, and the Cats will go to a power I formation with a split end to the left. Here is a give off left tackle to Moore, and he has the first down, but he's hit there by Otto Bonds and David Copeland, but not before he picks up a couple and an Abbeville first down. So Abbeville has moved the ball a little better of the two teams here tonight. They have a couple of first downs, had a near touchdown on their last possession that was dropped on a play in which the Tigers failed to cover a wideout. And if not for that drop, the score could be 6 or 7-0. So first down, Abbeville, ball at the 21. Here's Duhan to throw the football. Has his fullback open out of the backfield, and he'll have another first down. So the fullback, the player in the wing tee that the Tigers are concerned about, has been the one that's hurt them here tonight. And that is just the waggle to the fullback out of the backfield, and he was wide open. So Abbeville, who had the football first and 10 at their 9, have moved it out to the 34, and they are very confident team coming into this ball game, and rightly so. This is Nolan again, and he'll hammer ahead for about 6. So the Tigers confused defensively, no question about it. As Nolan, and he is down, and he had an injured knee. And he is down on the field, and while he is down, actually that's not Nolan, that's an offensive lineman that is down on the field. And as he's down, let's take a timeout. You're watching Florida Parish's Television, Channel 17. Second down and call it 4 after the pickup of 6 by Quinn Nolan. Tigers have been bending a little bit here tonight defensively. All resting at the 40-yard line. Duhan behind center. It'll be Nolan again. He's straight ahead for about 4, and that'll be enough for the first down, I believe. And so far, the Tigers haven't had much of an antidote for number 33, Quinn Nolan. He's about 205 or 10 pounds and a good downhill runner. So the Tigers got to make some adjustments defensively to take the fullback away. Let's see what they say here. Looks like they're probably going to have to measure. They will. 2:13 to play in a rapidly played first quarter, no score. Tigers have been unable to get anything going offensively. It is an Abbeville first down at the 44-yard line. So Abbeville starting this drive at their 9, and they have it out to the 44 and moving.
Draws are not up to lose. That's the relevant finance of Abbeville. First down,
First and 10 Cats. This is Duhan, gives it to Nolan. He has big running room and has another first down. Independence again. Not able to stop the fullback. That's just the G play right there to Nolan, and he has about 9. They'll say it's short of the first down, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 1, and it looks like they may call for the change and measure this one. Change coming across the field. Abbeville is a bigger football team than Independence, especially against Independence's defensive front. The Tigers are more of a speed, read, and react, or attack defense. Abbeville, a big smash mouth football team, and right now they are getting the better of the Tigers up front. And it's going to be short of the first down by about a half a yard, maybe, or about a couple of inches, I should say. And if you're the Tigers, you would probably rather that just be a first down, but instead it'll bring up 2nd down and 1. And in all intents and purposes, that's like having a free play. Second down and an inch for the Wildcats. Ball at the Tiger 46-yard line. This is Nolan again. He'll have the first down as he charges ahead for about 7 or 8 yards. So Independence, unless they can make an adjustment defensively to stop the fullback, they will be in for a long night, because that is a simple play that you just got to be able to stop. And so far, if you can't stop the simple things, you can't win a football game. But knowing Sammy Messina and Coach Baglio and company, they will make an adjustment, try to take that play away. First and 10, ball at the Tiger 37. Here's the fullback again. That's Nolan. He'll have about 2 on the carry as he is stopped by Derek Hunter on the play. And for the first time in several plays, the Wildcats are stopped with less than a 5-yard gain. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 8. And this upcoming play most likely would be the final play of the first quarter. Here's Moore on the sweep, and he has about 2 or 3 and is stopped there at about the 31 or 2-yard line, short of the first down by about 5 yards or so, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. With your score, Abbeville nothing, Independence nothing. Back with the second quarter. You're watching high school football on Florida Parish's Television, Channel 17. Third down, call it 5, or a short 5, maybe 4 yards for Abbeville. Ball spotted at the 31 or 2-yard line. They need to go to about the 27 for a first down. So the Tigers try to stiffen here. Here's Nolan again on the straight handoff, and he has maybe 1. And it'll bring up a 4th down, ball at the 30, and about 3 to go for the Wildcats. So the Tigers will look to stiffen again on 4th down. They held the Wildcats on their first possession, deep inside territory, and the Cats call a timeout. So both coaches will talk it over with their respective ball clubs. Let's take this timeout. You're watching Florida Parish's Television, Channel 17. For 4th down and 3 for Abbeville. Ball at the 30-yard line. Duhan under center. He'll call for it, hand it off on the inside reverse, and Moore has the first down. And he fumbles the football and gets it back. And that's the second time they've gone to that play on 4th down. They came up short last time, but pick it up this time. And so the Tigers, big opportunity there, and they can't make the play. So if Abbeville's able to convert on this drive, it would be a 91-yard touchdown march. And just what they want to do, march the football and run the clock. So first down and 10, ball to 23 after the first down run. Here is a play off the right side. That's Patan on the carry, and he has about 7 or 8. Tigers were outnumbered on the right side. That's a new formation they haven't seen from the Wildcats, and they were outnumbered. And I believe they got that play from A. I would think. That's a play A. ran very successfully against the Tigers. Patan picks up 7, and so far, Abbeville has come out smoking here. And it's second down and 3. Go to the short trips again. Here's Patan in motion, gives to Nolan. Right up the middle, hammering inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. And Independence is very confused defensively. And if you're a Tiger fan, this game is somewhat similar to St. James in '92 when St. James came out and a wing T football team had the Tigers befuddled, jumped on them 13-0, and the Tigers ended up coming back to win that game 35-13. So it's first and goal, Cats, ball at the 5. Here's Nolan again, straight ahead, barreling in to about the 1 or 2, and he's close to the touchdown, and Independence just very mixed up right now up front. And that is usually the case when they play a wing T team. It takes them a quarter or so to get untracked, and that's certainly the case here tonight. 9:30 and counting. Abbeville looking to punch in the first score of the game. They started the drive at their 9. It's been a very impressive march down to the 1-foot line. Here is Duhan, sneaks it in for the touchdown, and Abbeville draws first blood in this ball game at the 9:17 mark. So Duhan on the 1-yard sneak scores 6-0. Wildcats lead it and have dominated the first half of this ball game, driving the ball 91 yards in that possession. Of course, had a chance after a turnover by Independence on their first possession, turned it over on downs, and had a touchdown pass dropped on their second possession. Here's the snap, and the kick is good as it barely ekes across the crossbar, and the folks across the sidelines are pumped up here as Abbeville is coming in here tonight looking for the upset. Tigers still trying to get something going here, but trail at 7-0. 9:17 left. Let's take a break. You're watching Florida Parishes Television, high school football on Channel 17. For Abbeville, and fielding it at the 25 is Otto Bonds. He has a hole and is down at the 35-yard line. That was quite sure that was kicking for Abbeville. The Tigers have it at the 35-yard line. Tigers have yet to do anything offensively in this ball game, and of course they have struggled on defense. So it's been all Abbeville here in the early going. 9:10 to play. First down and 10, ball at the 35. Here's Sieber on the give. That's Dawson. He'll have about 2. And it'll bring up second down and 8. Tigers limited a little bit offensively. Sieber having a little bit of trouble running the option, and that's a big part of their offense. So not sure if they'll try to go to that a little bit more as this game progresses. But right there, they ran to Veer for about 2 to Dawson. Second down and 8. And a flag is thrown. And somebody is lined up off sides, and I believe the Tigers are guilty. And And that's the mistake that you can ill afford to have. And Independence has been making those mistakes all year long. And at week 12 of the season, you can ill afford to line up offsides. That is just a mental mistake. That is inexcusable. I know Coach Baglio is livid on the sidelines. And I'm not quite sure who they got on that play, but nonetheless, it backs them up 5 yards and puts them in a tough situation here, 2nd and 13. Sieber on a 3-step drop, fires it wide open as Joseph. He has it, and he's going to take this one down the sidelines for the 14-yard line. And catching him from behind was Josh Boudreau, who reached out and grabbed him by the pants. If he doesn't, that is a touchdown. So Boudreau making a touchdown-saving tackle, but that's something Independence knew they could do all night tonight, is throw the ball against the Abbeville defense. They have been susceptible to that all year long, and right there they connect on the fade route to Lionel Joseph. So the Tigers trying to knot this thing up, but they're going to have to punch it in here against a stout Abbeville run defense. Here's Sieber on the give. That's Dawson, and he has about 1 or 2 yards. So again, the Tigers having trouble running the football, but do pick up 2. It's 2nd down and 8. Ball is about the 10-yard line. 7:30 and counting. Abbeville leads at 7-0. Here's Sieber. Keeps on the option. Keep. And a flag is down, and he's out of bounds at the 10. No gain, but a flag has been thrown. And if the Tigers are guilty of holding, that's really going to put them in a bad situation, and it is. So the Tigers called for holding at the 10-yard line, and that is a huge break for Abbeville. And I know that's something that's really tough to call holding after you make a drive inside the 10. But they call it anyway. It's going to back the Tigers up to the 22, and it's going to make it 2nd down and 20 for the Tigers at that point. They can pick up a 1st down at the 2. And a timeout will be called by Independence. 7:07 to play in the first half. Your score, Abbeville 7, Independence nothing, back after this timeout. Mark Willoughby back with you. Tigers facing 2nd and 20 at their 22-yard line. The Sieber back to pass, hands to Dawson on the draw, has some running room, but is brought down from behind after a gain of 2. So what looked like a promising play from the outset is snuffed out, and that is Justin Luna on the tackle for the Wildcats. So Dawson had some room, but again, he's gimpy too, has a bad ankle and a hyperextended knee coming in, so he is limited in his mobility. So the Tigers having their weapons at half strength here tonight, and that's something they're going to have to make adjustments to. Here's Sieber, back to pass, throwing, and as his pass incomplete to David Giacone. Sieber is decked, and a flag will be thrown on Abbeville on a late hit out of bounds, and that's going to give the Tigers another opportunity here. I don't think in high school it's an automatic 1st down, so it's probably just going to be half the distance. So it's a personal foul on Abbeville, and it's going to repeat 3rd down, but the Tigers at least have another opportunity. Giacone was hit late out of bounds, and Coach Indest for Abbeville upset on the sidelines. But really, that just cancels out the holding call on the Tigers, so really that puts it right back where the ball was before. So the ball's at the 10, half the distance to the goal. And it'll be 3rd down. And call it 8. Actually, the ball, yes, at the 10-yard line, 3rd down and 8. And the Tigers better hurry here. They're going to get a delay of game. They're going to have to call a timeout and do. As they wanted David Giacone in the ball game, and he was off getting some water, so they have to get a timeout. So actually, it was a dead ball. So what that means is it's going to be 4th down instead of 3rd, because it was a dead ball after the play. And Coach Baglio wanting to sort it out with the official, and I don't know if he's going to win this argument or not. So with that timeout, we'll take a break. Back after this, Abbeville leading 7-0. 4th down and 8. Tigers can pick up a first down here at about the 2-yard line. Tigers got down to the 12 on a Sieber pass to Lionel Joseph. Here's Sieber back to throw, looking, fires it incomplete, and pass interference will be the call against the Wildcats. And that should be an automatic first down for the Tigers, as Giacone was open but had his arms raked away at the last second, and that will be pass interference against Abbeville. And that will be an automatic first down and half the distance to the goal line, so that'll put it at the 5. So the Tigers get the beneficiary of 2 penalties and have it 1st and goal. Wildcats continue to play very stout defense. 6:11 to play here in the first half. Sieber under center, calls for it, hands it to Dawson. He'll back his way into about the 4. And the Tigers have not been able to run the football at all at the front line of this Abbeville Wildcat defense. They are a big, strong unit. They've been good all year. And it's very telling when you can hold a Dominic Davis to under 50 yards rushing for a football game, and that's what Abbeville did back in week 5 of the season. Here's Sieber, Dawson again, and he'll power his way down to the 3, maybe the 2-yard line, where the Tigers will have it 3rd down and goal. So the ball will be spotted at about the 2.5 or 3-yard line. Independence with 3rd down, trying to punch this ball into the end zone and try to tie the score up. Joseph in motion. Here's Sieber back to throw. Has Joseph open, and he'll walk into the end zone for the Tiger touchdown. Or no, they're going to call him out of bounds at the 1/2 inch at the foot line. Joseph did not get in. It looked like he was going to take it in easily, but they say he did not get in. So Independence has taken the ball all the way down to the 1-foot line. And will have it 4th down. So Abbeville continues to stiffen. And let's see what the Tigers go to here. Sieber, quarterback sneak, and he didn't get in. Yes, he did. Touchdown, Sieber, who sneaks it in. At first, it didn't look like he got in, but apparently the push was good enough up front by Ryan Gazzardo, the Tigers center. And the Tigers have answered the Abbeville score here and have a chance to knot it up, pending this extra point by Antron Sieber. 7-6 your score, 4:13 to play in the half. Sieber for the kick. Snap is down, kick is up, and it looks like it's down the middle and good. And Independence has knotted the score at 7 with 4:13 to play. We're in a barn burner here at Tiger Stadium. Back after this timeout, you're watching Florida Parishes Television, Channel 17. Kicking off for Independence will be Darnell Keith. Antron Sieber who usually does the kickoff duties, will not kick off, and instead Darnell Keith will kick it deep to receive for Abbeville. This looks like, can't quite see who this is on the return, but he has a big hole And running room up to the 44-yard line for the Wildcats. That's number 30. We checked the roster, and we don't have him on it. So can't tell you who that was. Actually, Marlon Brown, number 10 on the carry. Again, tough to see the Abbeville jersey. So Abbeville gets a nice return up to the 45, and with 4:03 to play, they'll have the football again. Last time they had it, Independence had a lot of trouble stopping them. They marched at 91 yards for a touchdown. Here's Nolan again, and this time Independence clamps down on him. He gets a yard. So Nolan picks up a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 46-yard line. Abbeville has a lot of success running that trap play to the fullback. Duhan under center. There's man in motion on the give. This is Brown, I believe, on the carry, and he has about 6 or 7 yards. And he'll be up close to an Abbeville first down. So Abbeville has the Tigers off balance defensively. There's no question about that. They'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Ball at the 47. Here's Nolan. He stopped and carries the pile forward for the first down. Tigers had him stacked up at the line of scrimmage, but Nolan's strong enough to push that pile forward, and he'll be down to the 44-yard line, and that'll be good enough for another Abbeville first down. And Sean Tanner on the tackle, and he is hurt. And if he is unable to go, that will be a huge blow for the Tigers, and he looks like he's holding his left knee or ankle. And he is a big part of that Independence defensive line, and Independence already struggling stopping the fullback as it is, and if he's out, that is a huge blow. So Sean Tanner down on the field. Let's take a timeout. You're watching Florida Parishes Television, Channel 17. First down and 10, Abbeville, as Sean Tanner comes off the field in his own power, but a little gimpy. Looks like a left knee or ankle for him. We'll have to check that out, but he is not in the ball game. And this will be Nolan again, has some running room, but is clamped down after about 3 or 4 yards on the carry. And on the tackle, Otto Bonds and company on the stop. He gains 3. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7, and Abbeville would be just content to run this clock down and punch in a score before halftime.
2nd down, 7 yards to go.
And a timeout is called by Abbeville. Been a lot of timeouts called in this ball game, either official or otherwise. And as we have a timeout, your score: Independence 7, Abbeville 7. Back after this timeout. We'll be back with you live from Tiger Stadium. 2nd down and 7. Abbeville has the ball at the 40-yard line. Here's a man in motion, and this will be a mix-up in the backfield. No, it's going to be a touchdown on a guard around for the Wildcats. They run the guard around and score a touchdown. So Independence burned on the trick play. And this game is eerily similar to that St. James game back in '92. St. James also scored on a guard around that year. And this ball game has a lot of those similarities, no doubt about it. So Abbeville on the guard around scores on a 40-yard touchdown, and it's 13-7 pending the extra points. Abbeville pulling out all the stops here tonight. They've run 2 trick plays in this ball game. Both of them, or one of them didn't work because it was dropped. This extra point's no good as it hits the crossbar. They run a hideout play earlier in the first half, had a receiver all alone by himself. He dropped it, would have been a touchdown, and there they run the guard around. So Tigers bitten by the trick play. And see if they can answer with 2 minutes to play. Tigers can strike quickly. And they trail at 13-7.
I came to the game. I for sure. I think I have been in it.
So Independence, who surrenders the touchdown run to an offensive lineman, trails this one 13-7. Here's Bonds on the pickup. Has some running room briefly, but he's knocked down by his own man. That's Ken Benitez who makes the tackle for Independence. Also in on the play was number 31, Justin Loon, I believe, or excuse me, that was number 17, Andrew Hebert. So Tigers with 1:52 to play will have to go 73 yards if they want to try to take the lead here. Down at 10, Sieber looking for the bomb. He has Joseph open, has the catch, and he's to the 30-yard line. And the Tigers can throw all day on this Abbeville defense. They are not a very good defensive pass coverage football team. They are very susceptible to the long pass, and that's two that Joseph has hit, and he was open several other times, and that's something that Abbeville is going to have to make an adjustment to. So first down and 10 at the 29. Here's Sieber back to throw, and he's going to be sacked. And that's number 57 on the tackle, Mike Brown, a sophomore, and he is hell on film. He just likes to slant inside, and he beat the Independence right tackle on that play. I think that was Brett Anzalone, and sacked Sieber in the backfield. So that's a big loss for Independence. And they'll bring up second down and long. Sieber back to throw. Looking, has nobody open. He'll run the football. Has plenty of running room and is up close to a Tiger first down at about the 19-yard line. Let's see how they unstack this one. Tigers are going to have to probably call a timeout here. They're going to call an official timeout for a measurement. He's close to the first down, maybe about a half a yard short. We'll see. And he's going to be short, I believe, by about a foot. So Independence is going to have to call a timeout, and I believe that is their second. They may have one more. With that timeout, we'll take a break. Your score, Abbeville 13, Independence 7. Back after this break. So the Tigers have it third down and short at the 19-yard line after the Sieber run. Sieber back to throw, looking, fires it, drop. Giacone wide open at the 10, and he drops the football. So Independence right here is probably going to have to try to get the first down and down the football. If they want to try to get in the end zone. Giacone was wide open. Giacone hadn't played since the Live Oak game, and right there he just could not hang on to it, and is he trying to fight his way out of bounds. So right here, look for Sieber on a quarterback sneak. They're going to hand it to Dawson, and I don't think he got it. If he did, it's going to be close. Let's see how they unstack the pile. They're going to call it a first down, so Independence is probably going to have to spike one here. 28 seconds and counting. Tigers trailing by 6. Sieber spikes the football, and it'll bring up second down with 25 seconds. Now, this has been a barn burner, no question about it. Abbeville on their third possession of the ball game marched 91 yards right down the field on the strength of Quinn Nolan running. It was a Duhan sneak for a touchdown. Tigers answered on a sneak by Antron Sieber. Abbeville scores on a guard around. Now the Tigers are trying to threaten. Here's Sieber, 3-step drop, fires it incomplete. That should be a flag there. No flag is thrown, as Matt Jones was hit well before the ball got there, but no flag. So the Tigers, who got a break earlier, don't get one there, and that was obvious pass interference. But no call. 20 seconds and third down. Sieber on the waggle. Looking, fires it, complete. This is Giacone. He's short of the first down. And they're going to have to get on it and spike the football here. They can't spike it because it's fourth down. And Sieber back, looking, has Joseph open momentarily, gets it off, and it's incomplete, nearly caught for the touchdown, and Abbeville holds the Tigers out of the end zone and leads it 13-7 as the first half comes to a close. So we'll take a break, come back with the second half. You're watching high school football on Florida Parish's Television, Channel 17.
we have a special halftime show featuring the Parasites. We have Daryl Vaquero on drums, David McDonald on bass, Matt Cunningham on rhythm guitar. Lead guitar is Chad Vaquero, who is an Independence High School graduate.
welcome back to Independence Tiger Stadium as we get set for the second half of action. Tigers will be kicking off to the Wildcats. Antron Sieber kicking off, and deep to receive for Abbeville is number 10, Marlon Brown. And the ball bounces into the end zone. It'll be a touchback as Brown fell down, and the ball crosses the plane of the goal line. And in high school football, that is an automatic touchback. So the Tigers looking to make some adjustments defensively. They had very few answers for Quinn Nolan and company in the first half. Abbeville having their way on the ground and leading this ball game 13-7. Independence, conversely, doing it through the air. Lionel Joseph open on a couple of big pass plays, and of course Independence scored and had a chance right before the half before a pass went awry on the last play of the second quarter. Abbeville has it 1st and 10, ball at the 20. Here's Nolan again, and he's stopped for a gain of about 3. So Sean Tanner, who went down with a knee injury in the first half, is playing here in the second half. And looking at the statistics for Abbeville, Quinn Nolan had 63 yards in the first half, and Trevin Moore had 30, and of course number 57 on the guard around had that big play. Mike Brown had a carry of 41 yards. So Abbeville 150 yards rushing in the first half, also 9 yards through the air for 159 total. 2nd down and 7. Here's Nolan again, and he'll have 2 or 3 yards right up the gut. And that's what Abbeville's been content to do all night long, and they've been pretty successful at it. It'll be 3rd down and 4 at the 31-yard line. Tigers desperately need to get a stop here to start the second half. Abbeville has been very content to take the 3- and 4-yard gain. And they have gotten them here tonight. It's 3rd down and 4. Wildcats at the 31. Here's Duhan, and he'll be hit and sacked by David Copeland, who came from his right defensive end spot, and Duhan goes down for a loss. So the Tigers do what they talked about at halftime, and that's a big stop to start the second half, and Abbeville will punt it away here, 4th down and 9. Otto Bonds deep to receive for Independence, and doing the punting chores for Abbeville. Can't quite see who it is. As we said, numbers very hard to make out. I believe that may be Duhan. Here's the kick. It's a high floater, not very deep, and Bonds will get out of the way and let it roll inside Tiger territory to the 43-yard line, where they will have it 1st down and 10. So it took an Abbeville roll, and Independence will have it. And that was a crucial 3 and out for the Tiger defense. They were much maligned in the first half. Abbeville running the ball against them better than anybody this year, no question about it. So 1st and 10 Independence, ball at the 44 against a stiff north wind here. Lone setback is Dawson. Tigers going too tight. Here's Sieber on the waggle action. Fires it, has Joseph open, and he dives and can't quite come up with it. Again, he's open. So Sieber led him a little bit too far. But Joseph gets a step on you. He can beat you deep all night. And he had a couple of big plays in the first half, and look for the Tigers to continue to throw the football here in the second half. 2nd down and 10. Tigers out to 44. Here's Sieber on the give, and there's a fumble. They're going to call him down at the 43, and he is hurt. Antron is down, and he does not look good. That could be serious. He is very much in pain. I'm not sure if that's his ankle or something else. And I think it's his left ankle. And he was hit on the veer, and that's something Independence did not want to run tonight because of that ankle. And right there, he was hit on the keep, and he is hurt. So let's see who the Tigers go with here offensively. It looks like they're going to go with Darnell Keith. The sophomore will come into the ball game. Tigers in the first half threw for 116 yards. Lionel Joseph, 4 catches for 107. Now Sieber's up and off under his own power, but he doesn't look to be in too good a shape. I'm not sure if he'll be able to come back in. Last week he was unable to play after going down in that ball game. So it'll be 3rd down and 12, and Darnell Keith, the sophomore, will come into the ball game for the Tigers, and he has yet to take a varsity snap this year. He'll waggle on the pass. Has DeConey open. He'll run with the football and run it out of bounds back to the original line of scrimmage, and the Tigers will punt it away, and they'll try to see if they can get a better tape job on Antron Sieber. I don't know if you can tape him any better than he already was. He was playing with a soft cast, so I don't know if there's a lot more you can do on that left ankle. But Darnell Keith will be the man here for the Independence Tigers as Sieber is hurt once again, but he's back in the ball game on 4th down, and it looks like he'll punt it away, so apparently he is okay. So 2 deep safeties for Abbeville. Sieber gets a line drive away. This ball will hit and bounce, and the Tigers will down it at the 21-yard line. So Sieber comes back in to punt. Still don't know how healthy he is, but he looks to be okay. So Abbeville holds the Tigers 3 and out, and they will have the football again. 9:10 to play here in the third quarter, I should say. This is going to be up to the Tiger defense to keep him in this ball game. Duhan under center, man in motion is Moore. This will be a give. That's Nolan, and he has nothing. The Tigers a little more inspired up front defensively here in the second half, and they have held Moore to some short gain, or Nolan to some short gains. That's a gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Clock continuing to run inside of 9 minutes to play in the third quarter.
2nd down, ball in the 23-yard line.
Abbeville scored in the first half on a 91-yard scoring drive and also a 41-yard guard around play to Mike Brown. 2nd and 9. Here's Duhan on the pass. Waggle. He throws. This ball is incomplete. Looking for the tight end Johnson. He had him open behind Otto Bonds momentarily, but pressure in the backfield by Hunter and Copeland forced Duhan to throw the ball widely. So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 9. And Independence looking to hold once again.
9 yards to go to the Wildcats.
So 3rd down and 9. 8:23 to play in the third quarter. Abbeville, the ball to 21. Here is Moore on the carry, and he's hit for no gain by a host of Tigers and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tigers will force another Abbeville punt. So after Abbeville marched up and down the field at will in the first half, they have come out in 6 plays here in the second half. They have gained a total of, I think, 4 or 5 yards.
Straight up the field.
So Otto Bonds will stand at his 48-yard line to receive this punt from Duhan. Snap is back. It's a good snap. Kick is away, and it's another short kick that's going to take an Abbeville roll inside the 41-yard line where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10. So Abbeville punting the football, only getting about 20 yards in the air, but they're end over end, tough to catch. And when they bounce, they roll, and that adds about 10 more yards to their average. So the Tigers will have it 1st down and 10, ball at the 41. Sieber is back in the ball game. And now they'll double cover Joseph, who gets the ball in the swing, has some running room and slips down, but he has 5 on the play, or give him 4. That'll make it 3. He'll have 3 yards after the carry, slip down at the 44-yard line. And you can see that Abbeville's starting to double cover him because he's very elusive. But Independence doing a good job right there running Joseph in motion to try to free him up from that man coverage. So Independence making some adjustments here in the second half, and we'll see if there'll be enough to come out on top in this ball game. 2nd down and 7. Here's Dawson on the veer give, and he has no running room, and Brandon Dawson has been no factor here tonight. As Abbeville's first line of strategy is to take the dive and Brandon Dawson away and then the quarterback, and they are taking the run away from the Independence Tigers, and that is what they, of course, said in the paper this week that they would try to do, and they've done that. Tigers have been successful through the air. 3rd down and 7, no gain on that last play. Sieber on a 3-step drop, can't find anybody, and he slips down, had Joseph open, but he again felt some pressure that really wasn't there. Number 31, Justin Luna, came in on him, but Antron looked like he tried to run a little prematurely and had Joseph open, but tried to run and slip. The field's still soggy from heavy rain last week. And it's dry, but the footing is still not the best. So when you try to cut, it's pretty tough to make that great cut. And right there, Antron slipped to the ground and lost yardage. Here's a snap. The punt is a long line drive that will go over the head, but fielded there by number 7, and that is Josh Boudreau, who made a nice catch to not let that ball go over his head and saves his ball club some yards and returns it to the 25. So both offenses have been unable to get untracked here in the second half. Of course, Abbeville just content to run that clock because they do have the lead 13-7. First and 10, Wildcats at the 25. Here's Nolan on the give. He'll have 3, and that'll be it. Stopped on the play by Sean Tanner and company. And Tanner's still slow to get up, but he's a gamer, and he's gone here in the second half despite going down with a sprained knee late in the first half. 5-10 and counting here in the the third quarter. As Ryan Joseph comes off the field a little bit gimpy, and let's see what type of ailment he has. He has a cramp. A little cool to be getting cramps here tonight, but nonetheless he has one. This will be Moore on the give, has some running room and nothing more as Devarius Best comes up from his safety position and makes the stop after a gain of a couple, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and call it 5 here, maybe a short 5. And Independence will look to hold on 3rd down once again. Remember, Abbeville likes to go on hard counts. And the Tigers have practiced against that all year and all week, and let's see if Abbeville tries to draw them off sides in this situation. Here's Moore on the carry, and he's hit and stopped. That's Brown. Fumble on the play. Or is there? No, there's not. It was just stopped. That was Brown, Marlon Brown, hitting the backfield for a loss. And the Independence defense is playing typical Independence defense in this half. And they stop the Cats again, and again the Tigers will force a punt. Well, if Independence is going to win this football game, they've got to mount some type of offense as they trail by 6. Luna to punt. Snap is a little wide, and it's punt sideways, and that'll be out of bounds. Tigers will have it after the punt was hooked off the foot of Luna, I believe. So the Tigers get a break. I believe that punt covered nothing. No yards on the punt, so the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line, and this is a situation where they have to get something here. First and 10, Tigers at the 28-yard line. Sieber under center. This will be Dawson on the give, and he has maybe a yard, and that's it. And Abbeville has 8, 9 in the box, and they're going to take Dawson away, and that's just something the Tigers are going to have to try to figure out, especially not being able to run the veer with Antron Sieber. So a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. Under 3 minutes to play in the 3rd. Sieber on the zone boot. Gets outside, has some room to throw, has a man wide open in the back of the end zone and overthrows Matt Jones. And if Sieber was healthy, that would have been a touchdown because he would have ran that one in easily. But he's on one leg and about 50% out there, and he has trouble moving. But he had all day to run had he decided to, but he just can't get down the field. But Matt Jones was wide open if he would have been able to get that one to him. So now we have 3rd down and 8. Sieber on the waggle. Fires, has Joseph open, complete, 1st down. Lionel Joseph on the comeback outside, catches it for 9 yards and a Tiger 1st down. So Indy driving to the 17 of Abbeville and trying to take advantage of a shank punt by the Wildcats. But again, Tigers unable to mount any type of running game at all tonight. Sieber back to throw. Looking, fires it. It's incomplete. Nearly intercepted in the teeth of double coverage. As Matt Jones was covered all the way there by 2 Abbeville Wildcats, and the Tigers lucky that ball wasn't intercepted. Second down and 10, ball at the 17. Here's Sieber, 3-step drop on the fade, has Joseph down there, touchdown Tigers. Lionel Joseph on the fade route. And that is a play that Independence all week long knew would be wide open. Basically what they do is have Joseph lined up in the slot, and he just runs the fade out of the slot position, with the outside guy taking one defender inside and leaving him man-to-man against an inferior athlete, and Sieber puts it right on the money, and this game is tied at 13. Sieber to give the Tigers the lead if this extra point is successful. Snap is down, kick is up, and it looks to be down the middle, and is. And Independence has taken a lead for the first time in the ball game by a score of 14-13. 2:04 to play in the 3rd quarter. Your score: Independence 14, Abbeville 13. Back after this timeout, you're watching high school football on Florida Parishes Television, Channel 17. Mark Willoughby back at a rocking Tiger Stadium. What has been a whale of a high school football game here tonight. Independence has taken the lead 14-13. Antron Sieber will kick off and hits this ball that'll come down to Josh Boudreau. He'll take it back on the middle return and goes down at the 24. Fumble on the play, and the Tigers are on it and have recovered the football, and Independence forces the turnover on the kickoff and has it right back, and Tiger Stadium has come to life here in the 3rd quarter. Abbeville took the momentum in the early part of the football game as Independence came out a little bit sluggish, but they have responded to the test. Abbeville is one heck of a football team, ladies and gentlemen, and their 3 losses not indicative of their strength, let me tell you. A very physical football team. And they came out and bloodied Independence's nose early, but Independence is trying to respond here with a football at the 24-yard line. Sieber under center, 3-step drop. Looking. Tries to get outside now, has running room. On one leg, will run it out of bounds after a gain of 3 or 4. And a late hit is called on, I think an Independence offensive lineman is going to be called for a clip out of bounds. And that's going to be unfortunate against Independence. Looked like number 64, Aaron Lips, a little too physical there as he hit an Abbeville player out of bounds, and that's going to thwart some momentum here. And I think that's going to be a dead ball foul as it was out of bounds. So now not only is it going to be take them back 15 yards, but it's also going to be second down, I believe. And it is. So they need to go to the 14 for a first down. So it's 34 yards to go to pick up a first. Now, if you're Independent, you just want to try to get this and maybe one small chunk here and try to take 3 downs to get the first.
Second down, 76 yards to go.
Joseph on the waggle. Has DeConey open, and it's incomplete. And now Abbeville starting to make adjustments offensively. And it's third down and forever. Tigers will probably just try to run it and punt it here, or maybe try to throw one deep. We'll see what Keith Corona, the Tiger offensive coordinator, decides to pull out of the bag here.
Tigers down, third down, 35 yards to go.
Sieber is sacked at the midfield, and that play was going nowhere. As the Independence offensive line is just getting ripped up front. That's all there is to it tonight. They just can't handle the Abbeville defensive front. So Independence, after getting the turnover and momentum, has got to punt it away now. The Tigers have completely abandoned the run here in the second half. I think they've run the ball once or twice, and that's been it here in the third quarter. Sieber to punt, standing at his 38. Low snap, and a line drive kick that's going to hit and roll and be fielded by Boudreaux, and he's up to the 24. So Boudreaux has saved his team some yardage several times tonight. Right there earlier, he's caught a punt over his head to save some yardage, and right there he picks one up and gets it out to the 26. So Independence was thwarted by penalties on that last drive. A personal foul, dead ball on a late hit out of bounds, then a holding call, and that pushed the Tigers out of range to score. Duhan gives to Nolan. He stopped for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. And that should be the final play of the third quarter. As there's inside of 7 seconds, 6, and that'll be the final play of the third quarter. Independence leading by a score of 14-13 back. In 1 minute, you're watching high school football on Florida Parishes Television, Channel 17. Down carry. It'll bring up second down and 7. Abbeville has already gone to their bag of tricks twice here tonight. Let's see if they have something up their sleeve here. Second down and 7. Duhan on the give. This is Moore on the carry around the left side. He turns the corner and has some running room up to midfield. Abbeville had the Tigers outnumbered over there. And Nolan able to get it into Tiger territory to the 49-yard line, or Moore, I should say, on the carry. So Independence, who had stopped Abbeville the entire third quarter, surrenders their first down here in the second half. And Independence can ill afford to let Abbeville drive here and get field position. First and 10, Cats, ball inside Tiger territory at the 49. Here's Nolan on the carry. He'll have 5 as he hammers over right side. So what carried Abbeville in the first half, starting to work again here on this drive. It'll be second down and call it 4. We'll call it 6 after a gain of 4. Second down, 6, ball at the Tiger 44-yard line. Duhan marks out the signals, man in motion. Here's an inside handoff to Potan on the trap, and he'll have first down yardage to the Tiger 24. The correction, that will be a Matt Potan on the carry, and the Tigers were hurt on that play earlier in the ball game. And Abbeville pulls it again here down to the 24-yard line. The Tigers, who have reclaimed the lead and the momentum, have given it right back up as Abbeville has driven here from their own 25 to the Tigers' 25. First and 10, Wildcats. Potan in motion. Here's Nolan again. He'll have 5 and carries down inside of the 19. So Abbeville starting to go back to what they do best, and they are marching the football. And pick up 5 on that carry. Second down and 5. Tigers got to stiffen here. Second down and 6. Double wing formation for the Wildcats. Man in motion. Here's Potan on that trap again. The tackle trap, and there's a big hole on the inside of that Independence defense, and Abbeville has found an adjustment that has worked for them, and they have it first down and 10 at the 11 or 12-yard line. The Tigers have their backs against the wall now, with Abbeville driving, and they need to come up with some type of huge defensive stop. Moore fumbles on the play, picks it back up, and he fumbles again, and the Tigers have recovered. At the 7-yard line, Moore fumbled the ball, got the fumble back, dropped it again, and the Tigers have come up with it. And that's the break we talked about. Abbeville with a nice drive. Now Independence has got to do something with the football of their own. So you get the fumble, but now you got to march the ball out and try to at least give yourself some punting room after the turnover. But first things first, the Tigers thwart the Abbeville drive, and Independence will have it at the 7. Tigers have had no running game at all here tonight. Be Dawson, and he has nothing. Right up the middle, and there's nothing there. Looks like they have something here on the right side, but Independence has chosen to run to the flanker side. It looks like, from our vantage point, Abbeville's giving them a little bit here on the left. be the defensive left. The Tigers, of course, running to their offensive left. It's a loss of 1, second down and 11.
Second down, Tigers. 11 yards to go.
Here's Dawson. He'll have about 2 or 3 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, where it'll bring up third down and long. And the Tigers here just don't want to do anything rash to turn the ball over this deep. But you would like to bang out a first down or two here. So third down and 9, ball at the 8-yard line. Sieber back to pass, has a man open, it's complete, that's Dawson out of the backfield. First down, Tigers up to the 35-yard. The waggle to Dawson out of the backfield, and it was knocked out of bounds by Marlon Brown. And the Tigers pick up a crucial first down.
Tigers ball, first down, the 35-yard line.
So first down and 10, ball at the 35. Tigers marching with the football. Sieber again on the give to Dawson. He'll bull his way forward for about 4 or 5 yards. And that's the longest gain of the night for Brandon Dawson. And he earned it the whole way. Abbeville is very tough against the run. They have been all year. And they have stopped the Independence running game better than anybody has all year long. That's including Kentwood, although Independence didn't rack up much against the Roos, but Abbeville has done outstanding tonight. Second down and 6. Here's Sieber, back to throw, wide open. And the first down, that's complete to number 37, Ryan LeBlanc, the tight end, on the drag across the middle. And Abbeville is selling out against the run. Has really been gashed here tonight via the pass. And that's something you have to give up if you want to stop the Tiger running game. So LeBlanc on the reception picks up the first down. Tigers have it at the Abbeville 48-yard line. Here's Sieber. Tofield on the carry, dancing around, had a hole, but he tried to cut it the wrong way. He only gets a yard. If he bounces that thing right, he might score. There was nobody there, but he took it the wrong way. Of course, Tofield not accustomed to running the football that much, and right there he perhaps maybe cut left instead of cutting it right. It'll bring up second down after a gain of 1. And a timeout is called by Independence. So with that timeout, or Abbeville, with that timeout, 6:31 to play in the ball game. Your score, Independence 14, Abbeville 13, back after this timeout. We'll be back with you, second down and a long 9 yards to go for Independence after a short gain by Tofield. Here's Sieber back to throw, has Joseph open on the comeback, doesn't see him. Now fires it downfield. Giacone wide open and makes the catch to the 14. Now what a look by Tofield. If he could have hit Giacone on the fly, that would have been a touchdown. But nonetheless, he got it out there, and Giacone has it to the 14. So the Tigers, who started this drive at their 7, now have it at the Abbeville 14-yard line. So first and 10 Tigers as raindrops start to fall for the first time tonight. Here's Sieber on the give. Dawson, big running room down inside the 10 to about the 7. And he picks up about 7 on the carry. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3. Tigers leading by 1. 14-13, and what has been a heck of a high school football game here in Tiger Stadium, one that everyone knew would be hotly contested, and it surely has been here tonight. Sieber keeps the football, and he falls down. And I don't know what happened there, but Dawson might have scored had he gotten the football, but Sieber either missed the handoff or something, and he falls down and loses 6 yards, and will bring up 3rd down and 9. So Independence had a gaping hole there. I'm not sure if that was a keep or what, but nonetheless, the hole was there. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Tigers had a golden opportunity there. Here's Sieber on the fade. Joseph wide open, touchdown Tigers, and that play has been open all night. And they hit it once again. The Tigers were lucky they didn't get a motion penalty as Kim Benitez, the fullback, jumped before the play, but they didn't call it. The Tigers lead it by a touchdown and can go up by 8 with this extra point. An extra point would force Abbeville to have to go for 2 to tie. Sieber out of the hold of Joseph. Snap is down, kick is up, and it's right down the middle. And the Tigers have an 8-point lead with 4:48 to play in the ballgame. So Abbeville still very much alive in this contest. The touchdown and a 2-point conversion will send the game to overtime. So Independence is still not out of the woods yet. They trailed at halftime 13-7, but have scored 2 unanswered touchdowns and lead it by 8, 21-13. So Darnell Keith will do the kicking chores again for the Tigers. Abbeville again with 2 men deep. That's Boudreaux and Brown. Keith puts a pretty good foot into it. It's a high floating kick that Boudreaux takes at the 12. Comes back up the middle, and he is stopped there at the 27 or 28 yard line by Devarius Best. So Abbeville has 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go 72 yards, which we know they're very capable of doing because they went 91 earlier in the game. Had another promising drive that was thwarted by a fumble earlier, so they are very capable of driving the ball down the field. This is Duhan. He'll throw the football, looking, and he will go down. Flag is down. And I don't know what the call is going to be here, but it's in the Independent secondary, and that could be defensive holding. Let's see. That's in a situation where it could be defensive holding against Independence, and I believe that's what it's going to be, and it is. So Duhan was sacked, but the Tigers guilty of holding, and that will give the Wildcats a 1st down at the 39. So Tiger penalties have really cost them here tonight. So 1st down and 10, Abbeville, ball at the 39. Man in motion is Patan. This is Nolan. Big hole over the right side, and he'll have 7. The Wildcats have 2 timeouts, and they have plenty of time to march the football. They'll go no huddle offense here.
Second down, 3 yards to go. Let's go, dude!
As Nolan again stopped at the line of scrimmage, pushes ahead to midfield for a first down. That'll stop the clock with 3:56 to play, and Abbeville will have it right at the midfield stripe.
Tackled by Corey Lane for the Tigers. First down, Wildcat. Ball on the 50. Come on, everybody get up in the box.
This will be Nolan on the give, has a big hole, running hard up to about the 40, close to a first down. And Nolan is running with authority here. And Abbeville, after picking up the penalty, has gotten new life, and they have second down and 1. And they are driving here and have plenty of time to try to knock this game up. This will be Moore, and a flag is thrown as he's hit at the line of scrimmage, but a flag has been thrown, and that's got to be holding against Abbeville. The Tigers have been flagged 2 or 3 times tonight. Abbeville has yet to be flagged offensively, and I think they'll get their first one here in this ball game. The Tigers will push them back. And that holding came in the backfield, so this will push them back to about the 49-yard line. They'll replay second down. So 3:02 and counting. Abbeville second down and 12. Here's Duhan, gives it to Nolan. Big running room, and he's up close to the first down. And all of a sudden, Quinn Nolan is running unmolested through the heart of the Independence defense. Inside of 3 minutes to play, 2:40 and counting, third down and 1. There's Nolan again. He stopped and short of the first down, but I think second effort may give it to him. And if he does, that'll be a first down for the Abbeville Wildcats, and it is. Ball at the 39-yard line. With 2:25 and counting, Wildcats still with 2 timeouts. Tigers desperately trying to hold the Cats out of the end zone. Abbeville needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. Here's the inside trap, and this is a big hole for Moore, and he's down to the 12-yard line, and that play has killed Independence tonight. They have run it 3 or 4 times, and every time they've run it, it's been for big yardage. So now Abbeville and golden scoring opportunity at the Tiger 14-yard line or 13-yard line. Still plenty of time to play in the ball game. So Independence needs to come up with another big play here. This will be Nolan. Bounces outside, has some running room, but it closes down quickly as Otto Bonds is there to make the tackle after a gain of about 5, but nonetheless, it is 5 yards, and it'll bring up second down, and Abbeville can pick up a first down at about the 3. Nolan, big hole, but it closes again, and he has about 2 or 3 yards, and it'll bring up third down here. And Abbeville with 2 timeouts may choose to call one here. No, they won't. They'll go no huddle offense. It's third down and 3. This is Moore carries, has running room, and is stopped short of the goal line. Touchdown, Abbeville, as he's in. So Trevin Moore scores the touchdown as Abbeville on an outstanding drive of 72 yards can tie this score up here with a 2-point conversion, and they call a timeout. And this may be the play of the game coming up here. Abbeville calls a timeout. They have to have a 2-point conversion to try to send this game into overtime. We followed Independence football over the years. You know, wing T teams have given the Tigers trouble throughout the years. St. James has always been their nemesis. And Abbeville tonight running the wing T to perfection. And they have put 3 touchdowns on the board and need a 2-point conversion to tie. Abbeville has the momentum on their side. And we'll try for 2. For Abbeville, you've been running Nolan pretty successful. That trap play has worked. Be interesting to see what Brent Indes comes up with here, but I'm sure he has a play in mind. Nolan will throw, fires it out, and it's incomplete. Doesn't get it, and the Tigers thwart it short of the goal line. And they hold, but still Abbeville.